Well, welcome to Porto. I took the train this morning from Faro at 7 a.m. and got here early afternoon. Had some priority things to do, including buying a poncho from Decathlon, which, yep, I scored it. So now quick look around Porto this afternoon, and hopefully I'll do a walking tour from the hostel tomorrow. But come with me because I've been dying to get to this town that everyone says, oh, and you'll love it. So Porto actually sits on the River Douro, and it's a hive of activity this time of night. Lots of people down here taking photos and lots of people out there on the boats. Well, I sort of think people were right about me loving Porto, but there again, I don't love the crowds. I do struggle with the crowds now. I prefer not to be in amongst them. So I want to go up on those bridges, but there is lots of people. So I think I'll do the bottom one first. See there? And then just see how I go before I go up to the top one. I'm pretty tired after a 5:45 wake up this morning, and like every time I catch catch transport early, I kept waking during the night. So I just take it easy, but it may not be beautiful tomorrow night, so I've got to make the most of it, right? Okay, come on, let's go onto that bridge. Before going onto that lower bridge, I wandered around some houses. Oh, they're so pretty, the houses here. There's lots of different colours, and they also use tiles, but the streets are steep. And yeah, great that they've got some elevators because, oh man, it's certainly good training. Hey, that's McDonald's. And then, yep, the beautiful harbour with the views. Oh, it's stunning. So, talk about crowds, yes. I climbed up the hill and then I'll go back across the other bridge. But it's almost sunset time and all these people have come up to check it out. But you can actually go just a little bit higher. Guess where I'm going? Yep, you got it. Well, actually, there's a whole separate path to this, and it's way over there and loops all around. So I think I'd miss the sunset if I went up to there. So I think I'll just find myself a seat amongst the other 100-odd people. Well, I did end up going on the high bridge. In fact, that's where I am now. I sat and watched the sunset, took a couple of photos, and met a lovely guy from Germany, and we chatted the whole time. So that was really nice. And I was feeling a little bit blue before. Now I'm feeling good that I've had a big chat. So I'm going to make my way back to the hostel before it turns dark. So, introduction to Porto. Whoever thought that I would come into a McDonald's? This is one of the oldest buildings in Porto, and it got purchased by McDonald's. And not only did they keep the exterior, which I'll show in a minute, they actually kept all the interior, including the crystal chandeliers, the stained glass windows, even the clock. Pretty cool. And no, I'm not buying a coffee or a burger. Like I said, whoever thought that I would go into a McDonald's? And yes, there is an S behind that tree. So I've just learned on this walking tour that this is in remembrance to Saint Anne. And Saint Anne was actually believed to be the mother of the Virgin Mary. And I'm just going to catch up with my tour group. And is the patron saint of birthing mothers. So there you go. Quite funny because my name's Anne, of course. Okay, not quite sure what this lookout is, but we're looking over the cathedral. Over there. There. That's the bridge I walked across last night. And the viewpoint's over there. And back down to the river. Got nice background music and violin, which is always nice. So across there, there's another big queue. And guess what they're queuing for? A bookshop. They call it the Harry Potter bookshop, but the book wasn't even written about Harry Potter. And JK did visit this area, but nothing special. It's just become a tourist place, and it is quite cool inside. Like this guy too, right? Well, I finished the walking tours, and these are a few more views around the city. It was just a really, really pretty city, and I couldn't help taking lots of photos, especially when the weather was fine. But unfortunately, that didn't last. But anyway, I'll continue wandering. So I thought this Yorkshire was pretty cool. It's sort of tucked away. I only came up here to take a photo of the Cleric Tower, which I hope to climb up, and then I saw the sculpture. But it's pretty neat that right in the middle of this old area of town are these beautiful parklands, and of course the olive trees. All these tiled buildings. Apparently the blue was the most expensive colour, so that is like a bit of a look how wealthy I am. But it also, because the buildings are made out of granite, which absorb the dampness, and we are not too far from the coast, so it is quite damp. They put the tiles on to sort of seal the walls. So definitely lots of tiled buildings. So I've just come into the photography centre. It's within the old university building, which is actually in the old jail, I think. Yeah, cool building. Look at this. Bars on windows. So I'm not doing close-ups of most of these photos because they're all actually very confronting. They're during war times. And so, yeah, great photography, but not something I really want to share too much. So here I am in San Bento railway station, looking at the mosaics, or the ceramics, I should say. And they're just beautiful, like hundreds of separate tiles. I can't remember exactly how many. But the work is amazing to make all of these, and they're all by the same artist. And it goes all the way down there. And the ceiling itself is actually quite ornate too. But this is actually the foyer, if you want to call it that, of the actual original railway station. So not the railway station where I got off yesterday, but this was the first railway station in Porto. So I'm just going to go in and have a look at the Valhalla markets. It's the biggest, oldest open air markets that I believe that they have here. And yes, it's quite popular. So let's just go and have a look. And you'll have to excuse my Portuguese pronunciation, although I'm descended apparently from Portuguese blood on my mother's side. Certainly didn't pick up any of the language. Oh my gosh, look at all these fresh fruit and vegetables. And they're all safe to eat. Not like in Morocco. And if you haven't seen my Morocco videos, go back and take a look. Yeah, I had a lot of fun down there a week or so ago. So you may remember, if you watched my video when I was in Italy, when I was in Turin, I went out for dinner and they served my pasta. So these are just big rounds of Parmesan cheese, and they prepare them in the meals inside there, so smells delicious. There you go. There's some gnocchi going on down there. And of course, lots of beautiful fresh fish. Oh, there's mussels of time. Look at this. Scallops. How pretty. Yeah, definitely presentation, 100%. And I just saw people walking around with glasses of wine, and I mean glasses of wine. So you can do that here. That's like how cool. All sorts of wine. These tiny little bottles. Oh, and more beautifully presented snacks. Sausages. Cute. And then it never ends, does it? Look at these beautiful waratah flowers, birds of paradise, hydrangeas, to name a bit of food. And then there's gerbers. Those are for you, Sharibi. Oh, and sunflowers. Yeah, always a favourite. Oh, wonderful markets. Really glad I came down here. Walking in the evening was always wonderful in Porto. I felt really safe. There was lots of people around and lots of things to look at. And yeah, the views were just sensational. So yeah, I did a lot of evening wandering, and then along the riverfront were of course the buskers. They were so good. In the Battle Cinema, I read that there's some really good frescoes here, and it's another building that's a little bit retro on the inside, so not sure what era, but yes, they are cool frescoes. And sometimes I do things a little bit out of order, but that's the outside of the Battle Theatre. So yeah, it's very cool. Not sure of when it was built, probably early 1900s. Well, good morning. I'm on a train. Oh, yes, again. But this time it's just a day trip. So I've been in Porto now for a couple of days, and the weather wasn't predicted to be good, and I'll be leaving tomorrow. So I'd heard the Douro Valley was really worth seeing. So I'm going to do a day trip there, a lot of vineyards. So apparently I'm on the correct side of the train to see the views. So come with me and let's see the Douro Valley. See why they say to sit on the right hand side. That was stunning. Well, I've arrived at Penhayo. That was actually a really fun and interesting train ride, and as promised, it was really pretty out the window. Unfortunately, the windows on the train are not very clean, so it's a bit hard to get some good video footage, but hopefully I did, and that you enjoyed the trip so far. Away goes the train. I've got about an hour here, so I'm going to go exploring. Well, I checked organic maps to see where I could go to get a view of Pinhao Township, and that's where I am now. The township's down there, so it's not very big, and I love that big curved street. I'll have to find that when I walk back down, and all the way back down the river. And you can see in front of me here this very modern house with a swimming pool. I did see quite a few pools as we came along on the train. There's a bit of activity down there. They do boat cruises and winery tours from here. Well, this is really cool, wandering back down. I've gone down a different way. Lots and lots of steps. Where it's going up, I was just walking up on the cobblestone streets. But they're lovely little houses, and everything's walled because it just goes up and up and up this straight slope. So yeah, lots of different houses. There's a few guest houses, a couple of hotels, but it's such a quiet little area. It's just beautiful. And it is harvesting time, and there's a truck full of grapes. How about that? So just another little view of Pinhao's main street. I've just had a walk along it. It's very quiet. There's a few restaurants, a few wine tasting places, but it's more of a hub where people meet. And behind me over there is just, I don't know, probably 20 tourist buses and vans. Okay, here comes my train back to Porto. Standing in the right place, right by the door. How good is that? So there's the cruise boats and a few buses. I think that would actually be quite fun. I'll have to have a look and see how far the cruise boats go. Definitely looks like they have cabins and they've got a pool on the top. So many orange trees. It's just amazing. They're just everywhere. Oh, and look at that amazing viaduct. Isn't that cool? Definitely glad I'm on this side of the train. I got a bit of this view on the way out, and there it is again on the way back. Yeah, so that was an absolute brilliant time out at the Douro Valley and also in Porto. I really enjoyed my time there, but coming up, yes, you see I've got a pack on. I've got something totally different to share with you. So yeah, do come back next time. But anyway, thanks for watching.